Hello everyone, my name is Isabella Susilawati. I'm an excellent Power BI enthusiast with decades of business experience. In this video, I will show you how to create dynamic titles, which will make your Power BI report clearer, more informative, and more user-friendly. Especially because filtering can happen in so many places. Via slices, filter pane on the right, where you can filter on visuals, filter this page, filter on all pages, etc. No wonder users of Power BI reports are often confused and ask, what table or chart am I looking at? Dynamic title can be a neat solution to solve this problem. Let me show you. Power BI report can be confusing for some people because the information that you see depends on slicer selection as well as the filter selections on the right, which is not always visible. For example, there are filters impacting these visuals, filter impacting this page, as well as filter on all pages. At the moment, only two are selected, filter on these visuals, year 2021 and 22, as well as Adelaide and Bendigo. So one way of checking is by hovering to this filter sign. That's when you can see what sort of filters and slicers are affecting this visual. But not many people know that they can do this. Not many people know that there is filter signs that they can hover to, as well as there is filter pane on the right. Therefore, a novice Power BI user often get confused. They often ask, what is it exactly that I'm looking at? Is this all P&L, all cost center, or only selected cost center? And that's when dynamic titles can help. If you add dynamic titles that can update itself as you select more cost center, look at that. Awesome, isn't it? And if you select everything, it changes back to all. And that works across two slicers as well. You can have combination. It will eliminate user confusion. People won't be asking you, what am I looking at? They can read the title. You can also put the dynamic titles as a report header like this. So I can clear that to all and watch how that change to become P&L for cost center all and month all. And that's what I want to show you in this video, how to create dynamic titles. Let's go to a new file and let's recreate the dynamic title from scratch. Step 1, let's create a new quick measure that can list out all selected cost center description. Scroll down and click concatenated list of values. Find cost center description in here and then click and drag and hit OK. And voila, you are done. How do you know you're done? Just open your field list and see that there is list of cost center description values there. When you click the measure that we have just created earlier, a whole set of DAX has been pre-written for you, and we can modify this and add as required. One of the things that we may want to modify, for example, is the maximum value to show. 3 was the default. If you want to, you can change this to 4 or 5, and I will show you later the impact of doing that. In the meantime, let's first link this measure into our title to make it dynamic. And how you do that is you click your charts and then you hit visualization, go to format your visuals, click general, click title, change the title into conditional formatting. The field that we should base it on is the measure that we have just created, which is list of cost center description value. Hit OK. And notice Adelaide, Bendigo, Brisbane, etc. And that's because we selected 5 in here. We are only showing 3 because the input that we said we want to show was 3. If we change this to 5, then you will see 5 before it becomes comma etc. But I'll just leave it like that for now. Now let's test our title. I'm going to clear everything and then I'm going to select 1, 2. Okay, it's working. But what about if I want to see the word all rather than just Adelaide, Bendigo, and Brisbane when there is no filtering? How do we do that? We can do that by modifying our text. So let's just go to this text And we're going to tidy this up a little bit. I'm going to add another variable and I'm going to call it list. So basically, we're going to say, that's the list to return. Now, but we're going to say only return the list if the cost center description is not filtered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an if statement, filtered. So if it's filtered, return the list. If not, return just a simple word that says all. And then hit OK. And let's watch the title. Look at that. It becomes all when we're not filtering. And if we filter, that still works. Still looking good. Now, let's also add some words in here. What's all? Let's put cost center ... equal to all, and we can modify the DAX again. So in the return statement down here, just add the word cost center, space, and colon, space, and N. So we're just adding text in between inverted commas, and then we combine it with our previous expression. And then we do that. And then collapse. And look at that. So it is now clearer that the title is referencing cost center. Let's repeat what we have done earlier to our month so that month can be displayed over here as well. Click quick measure, select the last bit, concatenated list of values. Watch, a new measure has been created, and then we will amend this measure so that it can show all when it is not filtered. Let's combine the two measures and create our title. I'm going to add a word PNL 4 and our first measure and combine it with our second measure. And hit OK. And then let's link it to our chart title. And change that to title. Hit OK. And watch that. It's done, but it's not very pretty because everything is jumbled up together. We need to add line break. Let's do that together. Let's type unit chart 10. That's for line break. That's the first line break. And then I'm going to add one more down here. And we're done. See how it's now split into 3 lines? We need space there in the month, so let's just add the space so that it's neater. Now look at that. Isn't that so much nicer with the line break? Just a couple of tips. If you find that your line break is not working, just check your text wrap. So go to General, Title, and go to text wrap in here. If it is on, look at that. The line chart didn't work, but when you turn it off, it's now working. So just check these text wrap settings. Next, how do we apply this title into overall report heading? How do we change that to become dynamic? Let me show you. So click the text box and then go to title, turn it on, and then same thing, link it to what we had earlier, which is our title, and then hit OK. Notice now it is there. Let's check. Let's clear that. And there was something else in here, so it will say all. So everything is still working. Congratulations! You have now reached the end of this video tutorial. I hope you have learned something useful and will be able to delight your Power BI customers by making dynamic titles and eliminating their confusions. See you next time!